Welcome to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. You can visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook to check out the schedule of daily offerings, stop by the tip jar to make contributions. And for those catching us later on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll start out today's gentle practice sitting, or if you prefer, kneeling. So you don't have to sit just the way I'm sitting. I'm sitting on the front edge of 2 blocks end to end to let my pelvis tilt forward and the front of my hips open, but just sit in whatever way is comfortable to you. Rest your hands wherever you like, close your eyes if you like, and bring your attention to your breathing. Simply noticing your breath starts to change it, allowing it to slow down and get deeper, just by letting it become your focus. Taking in the movements of your breath and where you're feeling the inhales and the exhales in your body. Really feeling into the contact you have with the ground or whatever else you're sitting on. And the length of your spine, the expansion of the inhale, crown of the head rising up, the rooting down, the contracting of your body as you exhale. Extending your awareness outward to take in your surroundings in whatever ways they're touching your senses. Maybe all you see is light filtered through your eyelids, or maybe your eyes are open. Maybe there's movement of the air in your room. I've got my windows open. Maybe you've got a fan or the air conditioner or both going on. Whatever sounds are reaching you from the room you're in and outside that room, and from my space here, what's coming through my mic to your speakers, to your ears. Whatever arises internally or externally becomes part of the practice. Turning inward again, scan your body to take in whatever sensations are present for you. Making note particularly of anything that doesn't feel so good. If you've got any such things going on, any trouble spots, any soreness or stiffness, making mental notes of these things will help you keep them in mind as we practice, knowing that you're always welcome to skip or modify any part of practice. So these are our shared intentions of monitoring our bodies, taking care of ourselves, and focusing on our own breath, focusing on finding the practice that is best for each of us. If you wish to add any personal intention of your own, you can do that now as well. And with our intentions set, let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sighing sound. Let your eyes open if they're closed. Let's start from the top of the body. Let your chin come down towards your chest. And we'll move really slowly, rolling our head in circles to open up the neck. Roll your ear towards your shoulder and look up towards your ceiling. And the other ear towards the other shoulder. Really take your time. And if there's any particularly tight spots, you can pause at the tight spots to rock back and forth. Release some of that tension. When you finish the next circle, change direction and take a few going the other way. And when you finish the next circle, lift your chin and look forward. Bring your hands out to the sides, rest your fingertips on the floor, staying long in the spine. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your ear. And exhale, reach to the right. Don't let the left side of your seat lift up. Left cheek on the ground or on whatever you're sitting on. Inhale to come upright. Exhale, bring the left hand to the floor behind you and the right hand to your left leg. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. Work your way up from the waist. Asking on each exhale if your body wants to go further, if there's room to do so, if it feels beneficial. Let yourself unwind and come back. Inhale, raise your right arm. And exhale, reach to the left. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, come into the seated twist. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to see about twisting some more. Let yourself unwind, come back to center, rest your hands on your knees or thighs. Inhale, draw your heart forward and let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back, let your head tip forward. Take a few more breaths with the seated cow and cat variation. And after your next exhale, sit up tall. Take one leg, I'm just taking the one that's in front. Support the weight of your leg with your arm on that same side. Whatever grip works for you, it doesn't have to be this grip I use. With the opposite hand, interlace your fingers between your toes and slowly and gently move your foot in circles. Let your hands and your arms do the work. Let the leg be passive. Take a few circles in the other direction. Then release your toes, support the weight of the whole leg, use both arms, and make circles, moving your femur around in the hip socket. Change the direction of your circles. Let your leg down, bring the other leg forward. Support it with one arm and with the opposite hand. Interlace fingers and toes. Slowly and gently move your foot in circles, opening your ankle. Change direction. Release your toes, cradle your leg, and move it gently and slowly in circles. Change direction. And let that leg down. Make your way up onto your hands and knees. Reach your right foot back, press the ball of your foot against the floor. Feel your heel move away from your tailbone. On an inhale, reach your left arm to the side. If you want to go even further on the next inhale, pick your right foot up and reach straight back. And to go even further, if you want to, bend your knee, reach back. See if you can grab your foot, kick against your hand, lift your knee and your chin. Release, lower down, reach back and press into the wall with the left foot. With an inhale, reach your right arm to the side. If you like, with the next inhale, lift your left foot, reach straight back. And if you like, bend your knee, reach back, see about that bind. Release and lower down. Exhale, sit back towards your heels. And inhale, glide forward. Continue for a few more breaths. See how far your body wants to go. Maybe you even scoot your knees back further, giving you room for a bigger movement. Maybe your shoulders come forward past where your wrists are, towards like cobra. And pause at either end of the movement, depending on what your body is telling you. Maybe it feels good to hang out at the front end of the movement for a breath or two, or at the back end of the movement. Notice how the movement helps the breath. The lungs want to empty as you go back and fold. And they want to fill as you bring your heart forward, let your diaphragm drop. After your next exhale, come back up to the table. Step your right foot up between your hands. You can put blocks under your hands here if you like to ease the transitions. And then bring your left foot up to meet your right. Hang out in forward fold. Maybe you keep the blocks. Maybe you set them aside and let your hands hang in the air or drag on the ground. Let your head be heavy and hang down. Bend one leg, then the other, sway back and forth. Slowly nod your head. And shake your head. Inhale, lift up, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, roll all the way up, hands overhead, palms together. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands down at your sides. Lift your left shoulder towards your ear. Shift it back and let it down. And then your right shoulder up, back, and down. Inhale, reach out toward the walls. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself, or take eagle arms if you like. Intertwining your arms, pressing your hands together. If you're an eagle, then move your elbows and hands forward and up. Inhale, open arms. Exhale, cross the opposite way. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let your arms down. Inhale, out and out. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up and reach your palms up. Look up at your hands, lift up your heart. Inhale to bring yourself upright. Exhale to bend to the right, feeling for length through both arms. Try to keep the left heel on the floor. Inhale to come up through center, and exhale to bend to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms come down. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Light your hands and step back to plank. Let your hips come down the line with your shoulders and your knees. You can let your knees down to the floor if that shorter plank is better for you. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Press into your hands, inhale, lift your head and chest to whatever height feels okay for you. Challenge yourself just as much as you like, but listen to your body, especially listen to your lower back. Exhale, rock back, pass through table, curl your toes under, press into your feet, lift your knees, press into your hands, lift your chest. Pedal your feet up and down, as we generally do in the first downward facing dog, finding length in the back of the body, especially in those big leg muscles. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Step your right foot back to runner's lunge. We're going to make our way to crescent lunge. You can do it with the right knee up like this and the leg extended, or you can let the back knee down and uncurl the back toes. Either is fine, and you can change it anytime. Inhale, reach forward and up. Think of dropping an anchor from your pelvis to the ground. And yes, you can still use that image if you're in the lower lunge with the knee down. Find a centering steadiness in the lunge, whichever lunge it is. Exhale, sink forward in the hips, draw your arms down to cactus. Inhale, glide back and reach up. Take a few more breaths with that. Make the movements in your legs and hips as big or small as you want. At the top of the movement, we'll twist, reach your right hand back and your left hand forward, twist to the right. The left hand can always drop to the knee for steadiness as needed. Come back to center with your hands by your heart and twist to the left. Come back through center. Bring your hands down to the floor. Now let's just step the right foot forward. Come to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Rest your hands and step your left foot back onto runner's lunge or to the lower lunge, if you prefer, with the left knee down, left toes uncurled. And when you're ready, inhale, reach forward and up. Crescent lunge. When you're steady here, start to exhale, sink forward, lower your arms. Inhale, glide back and reach up. Letting the movement of the breath be smooth and continuous. And from the top of the movement, let's twist first to the left. Come through center and twist to the right. And come through center. Bring your hands down. Step your right foot back. Down dog, take 3 cleansing breaths and then make your way to child's pose. Vary your child's pose however you like. Settle into it for a minute. Check in with your body. Observe your breathing. On an inhale, bring yourself forward and up to table. Make your way slowly back and up to downward dog. And take the time to walk your hands to your feet. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward. Let your knees be soft, let your arms hang heavy like ropes. Let your arms start to swing front to back, outside your legs. Let the weight of your arms pick up momentum so the swinging gets bigger and bigger. And when you're ready, swing your arms up overhead and sit back to chair pose, releasing down into the floor. Releasing at the front of the hips, the back of the knees, the front of the ankle. And see if you can sit a little lower. There's usually a little further to go, right? And now slowly lengthen your legs and stand. And exhale to let your arms down. And we're going to play with some balancing, maybe on one leg. If you want to step over by the wall or a steady piece of furniture to help you out. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your eyes on something at about a level that's not going to move to help steady yourself. Shift your weight from one leg to the other, feet on the ground. Feel what that does in your legs and hips. Preparing each leg to maybe take all the weight. Bring your weight into your right leg. Don't lock the knee, let it stay soft and responsive. Turn your left toes to the side so your feet are perpendicular. Bring your heel in and up onto your ankle. You might stay there with the ball of the foot on the ground, or you might bring that foot higher to rest on the side of your calf or the inside of your thigh, but never on the inside of your knee, pressing your knee on the wrong axis. Your hands can stay at your heart, pressing together and pressing to your sternum, or the branches of your tree can grow anywhere you want. Explore tree pose as you like, maybe playing with different shapes and movement, maybe aiming at being more still. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them back to the heart. Pivot your knee forward and let your foot down and shake out your legs. Shake anything you want to shake. Sometimes we throw in a little dance before the other side. Shake everything. Why not? When you're ready, bring your hands back to your heart. Shift back and forth again a few times. Maybe you can feel what tree pose just did for that one side, comparing sides as you shift back and forth. What has changed? When you're ready, bring the weight into your left leg. Turn your right toes out. Take your time to bring the heel in and up to whatever placement works for you on this side today. Always some degree of exploration. We might think we know where we're going to go, and it might turn out that we were wrong. Maybe you can do more than you thought you could. Maybe you can do less than you thought you could. Each day we do what we can. We do what feels right. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them back to your heart. Bring your knee forward, let your foot down, and shake things out. Come down and have a seat on the floor. Extend your legs forward and flex your feet back. And inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. And if your knees want to bend, let them bend. On the inhales, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. On the exhales, think of lowering down some more. Inhale and walk your hands up the front of your legs and sit yourself up. Use your arms to nudge your legs apart. Walk your hands down your legs as far as you can, wherever that is. Bring your right hand over by your left hand and take a couple breaths. Reach your left arm to the side, turn your head to the left. Point your thumb towards the floor. Reach towards your right hip with the back of your hand and draw your left shoulder back. Extend your arm and bring your left hand back to your right hand. Bring your right hand back over to the left leg. Right hand over to right leg or right foot. There we go. And bring your left hand over by your right hand. Open your right arm to the side and turn your head to the right. Turn your thumb down, reach towards your left hip and draw your right shoulder back. Extend your arm, bring your right hand back to your left hand. Bring your left hand over to the left side. Walk your hands up the front of your legs and sit up. Nudge your legs towards each other and bend your knees to bring the soles of your feet together, leaving a big space between your heels and your pelvis. Reach under or over your ankles and walk your hands forward on the mat. Walk your hands slowly back, lift your torso. Keeping your feet together, bring your heels in as close as you can to your pelvis. Interlace your fingers, hold your feet between your hands. Wriggle on your seat to bring the bones closer to the floor and tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward with your spine nice and long. And just see how far that might go. Take your time. How far down will the long spine go? And when it stops, let your head down, let your neck disengage. Breathe into your hips. And now slowly sit up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Lift your knees towards each other. Rest your hands on the floor, out behind you, outside the mat. Wiggle your feet out towards the edges of your mat. Let your knees go to the left. Turn your head to the right. Knees over to the right, head to the left. It's okay if your knees don't go all the way down. Just see how far they want to go. Maybe it feels good to pause with your knees down on the side for a breath or two. Or pause at center before you go to the other side. Bring your feet in closer, about hip width apart. Lower down onto your back. With your heels in as close to your butt as they'll go. You can put a block between your knees if you like on the middle position to keep your knees about hip width apart. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale to raise your hips towards the ceiling. Bridge pose. If you want to open further in the heart, you can wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other, clasp your hands under you, and reach your knuckles towards your heels. Make sure your neck stays relaxed. You're not scrunching your neck up. Head should just be resting against the floor. If you're clasping your hands on platform, exhaling, slowly let your hips down. Find the strength and the slowness. Explore floating up and down as you like. You can go as slowly as you like, as high as you like. Pause where you like at the top or bottom. You can repeat the bind if you like. Let the breath flow continuously and smoothly, however you vary the movements. So if you're pausing at the top, you don't hold your breath, you take an extra breath or 2 or 3, whatever you like. Then you can make your way to a supported bridge when you're ready, or maybe you prefer to keep floating up and down. Otherwise, lift your hips, bring a block under your sacrum, and come down to rest on your block for a minute. And of course, some folks like to vary this as well. Instead of keeping your feet on the ground and your legs at rest, people sometimes like to raise the legs with bent knees or legs long and play with those variations. Now let's come out of the supported bridge, press into your feet. Inhale, lift your hips. Remove the block that's under you. Exhale, slowly lower down. Pause. And move your blocks out of the way. Bring your knees towards your chest, hug your knees. Rock and roll, massage your back against the floor. Whatever movements your back enjoys. Get your strap. Holding one part of the strap with each hand, run the strap under your feet. And reach your arms and legs up. Not worrying about angles here, just long legs, long strap, long arms. And staying grounded. So check in that the back of your head and your shoulder blades and your sacrum are all still on the floor. So sometimes we reach up when we do like this and lift the sacrum off the floor. Not looking for that, looking to stay grounded while extending up. Slide your feet apart. Take a couple breaths at the furthest extension that feels okay for you, the edge of your comfort zone. And then draw gently on the strap to guide your feet back towards each other. Point your toes down at your face. Point your toes up at the sky. Let your feet relax. Take your left foot out, press the back of your left leg against the floor. Hold both parts of the strap with your left hand. Reach your right arm to the side. Draw your leg to the left and turn your head to the right. Keep your shoulders grounded as your sacrum rolls off the floor. And we'll do the longer version of this today, spending a couple minutes in each of the four positions. Use your arm in the strap to gently support and guide your leg. Whether you let your leg relax or let it stay about where it is, or
help it come over further. See what your body wants. Inviting the deepening of the twist, but never forcing it. So much more effective to ask your body to do something than to tell it to do something. Sometimes even if there isn't a perceptible change in position, there's a change in sensation, an increased opening or release, maybe just an increase of ease. Slowly bring everything back up to center. Take the strap in your right hand. Press your left hand down on the front of your left hip. Let your arm and your leg fall gently over to the right. Sometimes we sit up too close to the wall and then have to do a funny sideways scoot, as I just did, to give the leg room. Nice and easy, bring it all back to center. Always want to go very slowly to come out of that one. Lift the left leg, step into the strap, take your right foot out, press your right leg down, reach your left arm to the side. Now draw the left leg over to the right and turn your head to the left. Bring everything back up through center. Switch hands on the strap. Press down on the front of your right hip and let your limbs open out to the left. Slowly come back up to center. Raise your right leg. Draw your knees in. Set your strap aside. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up. Grab your legs or your feet. And play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Just exploring whatever movement feels good for you. Whenever you feel complete with your inversion, you can make your way to your final resting pose. Get comfortable. As you find your comfortable stillness, maybe you just focus on your breathing. Where we started, maybe you recall an intention you had set for yourself and reflect upon that. And maybe you elect not to really focus at all.
Start taking some deeper breaths. Moving around bit by bit. Letting your movements get bigger and bigger. Moving mindfully and taking your time. When you're ready, gently sit up. Bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing this practice today. The light within me sees and bows to the same light that's in each of you. Namaste. See you next time. Have a great day.